sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Hey, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. The title of this video, The Art of the Cold Call Business Tip. I know you're going, what does cold calling have to do with storage auctions? It has a lot to do with storage auctions. One of the ways to create an additional selling channel is to reach out to someone you never talked to before. Hence the cold call or the unsolicited email or whatever way that you want to choose to engage this person or organization. Many people do cold calls completely wrong, and I'm just going to give you a few tips on how to get in, get that appointment, and ultimately make that sale. Number one, you have to know why you're calling the person, and even before that, your first step is research. When I was talking to TV folks and everything, and we had these conference calls, sometimes people would ask me like the most idiotic questions, and in my mind I'm going, if you had did a 30-second Google search, you wouldn't ask me that dumbass question. Don't be that person. Do the research, get as much information about the person or organization as you can before you make the phone call. You can do a lot through Google, and if it's an organization of substantial size, hoovers.com. You can get a lot of stuff free, but to get the juicy stuff, you will have to pay. Okay, so you got your information, you know something about the organization, you know something about the person that you're trying to reach. Also, do your due diligence on the person, because nothing will ingratiate a person to you is if they know that you've actually did a little research on them. Like, yeah, you know that award you won last year? Bam! You know, the ears come wide open because it's like, wow, you know, this person actually did some research. Okay, number two, knowing when to call. When you're calling busy people, really, really busy people, believe it or not, if you get up at 4 in the morning and start your calls at 5:30 to 7, then also your additional calls from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m., a lot of times you'll reach the people you need to reach. Why? Because during the workday, they're busy. They have so much stuff to do that the last thing they want to do is talk to some stranger who really doesn't have a great value proposition, as you know, in their mind. Which brings me to number three. Have something juicy for them. Also, remember, everyone has their radio station that's playing in their mind. It's always tuned in and the music's loud. It's WIFM. What's in it for me? Okay, so you come with something that you know, like, give you an example. This is how I won a guy over. I bought a storage unit that was full of auto parts, not the Mopar unit, but, you know, more reasonable stuff. So I called him up and I didn't say, hey, do you want to buy some auto parts? No, I said, look, I got something that's going to make you some money. And he was all ears, because, you know, that's the only thing he cares about. Because, you know, this whole thing about, hey, we are the world. They don't give two shits about you. It's like, hey, why are you calling me? How can you help me? And if you can't help me, get off my damn phone. That's the deal. Which brings me to number four. Brief, brief, brief. When you make that phone call, your goal is to secure the appointment, not to try to sell them. I know many are going like, hey, I've sold stuff on their phone, and if you're a selling professional or this is a telesales type deal, sure, go for it. But most of the time when you try to sell on the phone, you shoot yourself in the foot. Why? Because there's so many ways for them to get out. Like, don't ask open-ended questions like, hey, do you have time to talk? No, click. Hey, how are you doing? You having a good day? No, it's miserable. Click. Believe it or not, a lot of people appreciate you just going bam, straight to the point, because once again, they're busy. They're really, really busy. Okay, so you've got that. You did your research. You called at the appropriate time. You reached the appropriate person. You secured the appointment. Okay, be punctual and deliver what you say you can deliver. Now, one of the techniques of getting people is, I should back it up. I say one of the techniques of closing the sale is during your initial phone conversation, you qualify. If I do X, Y, and Z, will you buy? Straight up, just ask them. Not, hey, you know, if I come up with something that you might like, that's wimpy, wimpy, wimpy language. And wimpy, wimpy language will get you out the door and keep your wallet thin, thin, thin. So be direct, ask for the sale, and just say, look, if I meet certain conditions, are you going to buy? Okay, and then you meet them. Also, when they're on the phone, do not become a wimp. take control of the conversation. You lead that prospect to your sale, because the thing is, they're busy. People who are busy appreciate professionals that can close the deal and make their life easier. If you're making their life easier, if you can put money in their pocket, they're gonna love you. But if you're just a nuisance or you don't know what the hell you're doing, they're gonna shut you out and you can't get in. Also, I will be doing, on the other side, iBuyIProfit.com, more of these selling techniques, because people are so caught up in, I'm just gonna buy. Believe it or not, the buying is the easy part. It's the logistics, it's the selling, it's the marketing. That's the big, interesting part of the wheel that really turns. That's where you make your money. Because sure, when you buy the item, you make your money because that price you bought the item at will never change. But the price you hope to sell it for will frequently change. But that's just a little quick tip on how to get in and talk to someone. And like I said, there'll be more stuff like this coming down the pike. All right, this is Glendon, making money with storage unit auctions.